Hey!
Hello. I'm well down in the frame.
Hello in the frame. Hello. Yes. Welcome everybody to Art First. Hi, Bryan.
Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. This is our first episode back in a little bit, but we had our last episode, which will air soon, which was our first live on stage with an audience episode, which with Alyssa Stevens. Honestly, like that was so much fun to do. I
It was great. Yeah, it worked well. So if anybody out there is booking conventions and want a live version of this show, no, it was a great time. Yeah, a lot's happened. I guess it's been maybe a month since we've done this version of it, and lots of events and travel. And congratulations to you on selling out your project after a year of grinding. Well deserved. And
thank you.
I think it's maybe a sign of the general market heating up, and I think there's a lot of positive developments happening right now. I was at the Christie's Art and Tech Summit yesterday, and there's definitely an energy shift happening. I mean, most art is in this like kind of flat, slight incline, and I think it'll continue that. I don't expect any massive bursts like we had in 2021. But I think things are on the right trajectory, and I think people are getting more and more excited about art, and they're starting to look into different artists that are kind of heating up. And I'm excited today that we have an artist that has been grinding. Since I started collecting him in 2021, I believe, maybe 2020. I found out about him through Sean Williams. Shout out to iArt Sometimes.
Fantastic artist.
He was like, check out this artist, and I went and minted his work on Rarible, and I've watched him continue to just crush it, and now he's becoming a household name in the space. So we're excited to have him.
He really is. It's fantastic surrealist collage artist, and it's hard not to have run into his work, especially recently. He puts out such incredible stuff, and it just feels like it catches like wildfire. So we are very excited today to welcome to Art First Mendez Mendez. Welcome everybody to the show.
Woo!
Hey,
how's it going? Good to see you.
Good to see
Thanks
you,
for
dude.
coming, man.
Yeah, you've been like Bryan said, you've been in the space for a long time, grinding. So many of us, but like you've really, it feels like you're really hitting like your stride right now. And I also love that when we get into this, you are not just like surrealist collage. You love to experiment, and it's really cool because like we'll get into the work. It's fantastic work, but later I want to touch on how like if you have any fears, because it does not seem like you have fears of experimenting and pushing yourself even further. But thank you for coming and hanging out with us today.
No, thank you guys for having me. So like Bryan was saying, minted my first piece in 2020, in October 2020. So it's almost 5 years in a couple of months.
Wow.
5 years already. It's crazy. It feels like 50 years and 1 year at the same time. I don't know how that works.
Well, it does.
It does fly by.
Time around here is kind of like nebulous, but so I just kind of want to dig into your work, and to do so, I think giving people like sort of like a very big snapshot. Like your website is fantastic. I think I'm going to throw that up here first. Let's take a look here, and if people are, you do a lot of, like I said, collage, and there's a lot of like body work, human form, exploration, but these pieces are really, really fun. And like I said, you've carved out a niche for yourself where it feels very you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about like how you're doing this stuff? Like, so let's look at this piece right here, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous work there.
So my background is in digital collage. That's how I started in 2009. That's when I started making digital collage. Before that, I had like some digital art experience, but more in like vector and like just illustration. And so throughout the years, the style has evolved. And in the beginning of 2024, I started doing a daily series. It was a bit of a creative challenge because I was super blocked creatively. So I gathered a group of friends and gave ourselves 28 days to make a daily piece just for like 4 weeks. And just as a challenge to get the creative juices flowing, maybe get back into a creative groove. And just like 2 weeks into that, I was like, wow, this is like it just changed my entire perception of like what could be done one single day. And so after the 28 days, I decided to keep going with that. And it's been transformative. Like everything's changed since then. Like projects that I was chasing for years came to me without me like doing anything. And so that was like the biggest like switch. It's like, oh, like you don't really have to like go out and like pursue these things. You just have to like put out the best work you can, and if it's good enough, they'll come to you. Sort of like the dynamic in high school or like a nightclub. Like if you're chasing after this girl, you have a crush, she'll like, you know, like have all this resistance.
She's not going to be into you until you're not into her.
Exactly. So like around the day 100 of the dailies, I had all these sketches and ideas that I just couldn't really create using found material, because I used to source all my material from the public domain, all paintings, all illustrations, like
which, by the way, I think this is one of the earlier pieces, right here.
Yeah, that's one example of like my pre-AI era, where like every element was sourced from like very vintage work, like hundreds of years prior to modern day. And so like all these ideas that I had, I couldn't really like create. I was getting into 3D to be able to make these ideas, but I just didn't like the 3D aesthetic of the renders. Like it was too polished, too clean. When I had like over a decade experience of or body of work using oil paintings. So like beginning to use AI to generate the human form that you touched upon earlier was quite a pivot and tipping point for me. For this piece, for example, I generated the human form that you see, just a male with no shirt, bald head, looking down. And I just duplicated it, and then gave each copy of the human form a different aesthetic or a different treatment. One cool thing that I can do with AI is to like recreate a human form pose with a skeleton. So I can do these overlays or like see-through kind of styles or like techniques. And I also love to play with the intersection of forms. So like I'll duplicate the form and then overlay it and then create like a black shape of the overlap and then fill that overlap with other elements. There's other examples of that if you go above. So yeah, it's just like another thing that AI has allowed me to do is to differentiate myself from other collage artists, because collage, like digital collage, we're all sourcing from the same material. Like it's all museum websites, it's all archives, it's the same paintings. So you end up using the same source material. And yes, every artist has a unique take on it or a unique style application of the material, but this has allowed me to sort of like break away from that classic digital collage aesthetic and be able to like really like allow myself to like whatever I can think of, I can just generate the assets and then like put them all together in Photoshop. This, for example, is a great example of it, where I just had the idea. I was like, oh, like what if, you know, there's a mirror in front of a coffin and then like the reflection is like the dead version of the person, right? So like, I mean, how could I do this looking for source material from the 1800s and 1700s? It'd be like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but like it's really, really hard. But That said, the sky, the mountains, the ground, the clouds, all those elements are from all paintings. So like I still have this mixed media of old stuff, AI, some photography, and everything put together through like compositing and like Photoshop techniques.
That's really interesting, especially that you're mixing techniques like that and not completely straying away. But I wonder if it sounds like it might have changed in terms of your practice, right? So before, you're beholden to the elements that are available. You might have an idea in your head and sketch it out, but then you have to go and look to see what kind of source material would line up with that. And I would imagine you're at the mercy of whatever is out there. So if there's something that's just not clicking, that piece may not exist or get to exist, whereas this gives you like a lot more freedom, I would think, to conceptualize something. And then instead of just saying, okay, I wrote this, it's a prompt, I'm done, you get to use like an infinite asset library.
Yeah, so I use text to image generators the same way I would use like a stock website, right? Like you type something in thing and you get results, and you sort of like filter and use what is useful. But in this case, it's infinite and it's completely customizable. So and the process is quite different from like before. I couldn't even like depend on like an idea that I would have. I would just browse through hundreds or thousands of like old paintings, and it felt more like automatic writing or like spur in the moment. Like something will catch your eye. Oh, that's interesting, and then like you download it, and then you have a folder of like 10 things that were interesting, and you start like playing around with it. It was way more improvised, where this is way more like directed and focused.
I think it also allowed you, when it allows you to have your own cohesive style, right? I think collage art is generally really amazing works that sometimes struggle to have a style. Usually when they have a treatment, or someone's doing something specific to them, in post maybe, to tie it all together, versus pulling, like, you have an infinite library of figures that look like that you can pull apart and twist and turn and change to to make your own like that. So I mean, it has that changed your approach to creating?
Yeah, so there was a shift in how I approached it. Before, I would avoid using the same element twice, and now it's kind of the opposite. Like I use the exact same clouds. I've used them hundreds of times, and it's like for some reason, like I just sort of click. Like instead of like, if you want to like, it's sort of like branding, right? Like you recognize a brand because you've seen it 1,000 times. So it's the same with these clouds, for example. Like if you've seen enough of my work, you might see a new piece and you're like, that's my piece, because you'll recognize those clouds. So it's definitely changed in that aspect. And yes, and there's still an element of like improvisation. It's not always the case where like I had a very clear idea. Like I love it when that happens. I come like a download from the news or whatever you want to call it. It's like, boom, you have the idea. I'm like, perfect. I know exactly what I'm gonna do today. But more often than not, it's like I just sit down. I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't
Yeah. Experimenting.
I can't guarantee that I'll do something specific, but I need to create something, whatever it is. So like, oftentimes I'll just start generating human forms. That's kind of like my go-to. I've always struggled in my previous practice finding like interesting forms. Like now I can just like you can prompt like view from above, like this, for example. Like that's so cool. Like it's impossible to like find a human form with like a top angle in like a Renaissance painting. It's really, really hard to find.
Man, this is cool. Are you to not just like for the cohesiveness, right, on a how-to level, are you doing post process? Are you adding filters? Are you like, because they all feel like very textural, very painterly?
Yeah.
To walk us through some of that.
Right. So I have a folder of like elements where I have my stars, I have my clouds, I have my landscapes that I designed, and then I have like a texture pack with color grading, adjustment layers, and like 3 or 4 textures. So if you zoom in on some of these, you'll see like a crackling texture that's classic
Mm-hmm.
from like vintage paintings, and that one I took from a Rembrandt because he had like very dark paintings, and I found this huge resolution one, and I just like cloned together a huge crackle texture that
So
I just
that one you took from a real painting versus like AI generating the texture.
Yes, yes. So like
Interesting.
every single thing that I do is a mix of like AI assets with old paintings put together in Photoshop.
I love the breakdown that you've got over here that you put out not too long ago for this piece, which this piece went pretty mega viral recently. It's a great piece, and as soon as I saw it, I knew, I could hear the song that it was based on. But I think it's really awesome that you also show a peek behind the curtain, saying like, this is what I used to make this, and these are the inspirations that it came from.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I felt sort of the need, like you wouldn't see enough like behind the scenes stuff, and I've always been a fan of like, you watch a movie and you get a DVD, and then you have like those 15 minutes of like the production side and like outtakes, and like you see sort of like how it's done. Always been fascinated by process. So I used to post a lot more than I do now. I should probably like do that. I record most of my sessions. There's that crackle texture over there, and yeah. So like I felt that it was, instead of like shying away from like saying, I've been inspired by Natasha and like Hayden, be like, no, like give them their flowers. Be like, yeah, you guys inspired me to like, not in a direct way, more like, I like to borrow from many places. There's a book called like Still Like an Artist. And one of the rules is like, don't steal from one place, steal from like many places, and then like bring everything together into your own vision. So like this was a way of me like doing that.
I think it's great. Look at that. The and this is awesome to really appreciate the elements here, like the textures, right? And so you talked about this, and when we met, you were talking about this too. You do these, you've been doing these dailies for a long time now, or a while, enough that you don't mint everything, and it's sort of like, a feeling, or or maybe somebody comes to you and wants a piece. Is that fair to say? Like that's sort of like the process for when you decide to put something on chain, or or put it out there.
Yeah, that's another thing that has been super interesting about the daily practice. Is like I used to go like I call it, so not like paycheck to paycheck, but like artwork to artwork. Like I would make a piece and then I mint it and then try to sell it, and then I would make a piece and mint it and try to sell it. Sometimes I would do like mini series or something like that. But now the ratio of minting, it's been like, I don't know, like let's say it's almost like 1 to 8, 1 to 10. Like for every 10 pieces, only one, but not systematically. So I minted more often earlier, like this year and last year, and now I'm slowing down because the main 1 of 1 series of the present is going to be capped at 100 pieces, and I'm around like 85 now. So I'm slowing down a little bit. I'm taking on like a few private sales. There's a few people interested, but yeah, that's what happens now. Like, and that's another great part of having so much inventory. Is like a collector is interested, and then you can sort of like make the sale happen right away, as opposed to like if I was all sold out and was not was working on the next piece, and like a few collectors approached me, which happened to me in 2022. Like a few like big collectors were like, "Hey, I love your work. What do you have available?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm not anything."
Yeah,
that's the worst. That's the sorry, I don't know.
It's
I would love to dig into
the
the new this new style exploration here that you got going on. Like what are we looking at right here? Like these are gorgeous and they're very different.
Yes.
But yeah, walk us through one of these pieces.
So through the daily practice, I sort of stumbled upon this style. I still like, even though I still like, I use a lot of AI to generate human form and some elements. I still go back to my museum websites, my galleries, and all that stuff to just get inspiration. So I saw a painting by George Surratt, and that had this beautiful like pointillism texture. And I was like, oh, this could be cool, like a cool, like easy daily. I can just generate a silhouette of a human being and retexture the background and the silhouette with this painting. And that could give this like recontextualization of the painting. You would have to scroll like way down.
I was going to see if I could find the first one that you did in that.
Yeah, you'll have to scroll. It's very minimalistic. It's just like a tiny silhouette in the middle of like a light background. That was
if I can find it.
And so I did that, and for like the longest time I wanted to get into video collage. And so I was like, maybe like if I can do like a very low frame rate animation, I can just I could probably do my video collage idea with this style. And that's sort of what happens. The first one that I did, I filmed my hand just like opening and closing. I threw that on After Effects, reduced it to like 12 frames per second or something like that, and then used the same painting to retexture every single frame, the background and the animated hand. And that's sort of how we grew, like, or started happening. And I got a little bit.
Oh yeah, there it is.
One. And then step by step, that's above. It's myself walking, and I kept. And then I stumbled upon Edward Muybridge, which is this late 1800s photographer that is known for his like locomotion. Yeah, he has like sequence of animals and people, and most of these were like 12 frames to 24 frames, and a lot of them loop perfectly. It was like, wow, that's interesting. And then I started to study more about Impressionism and Edward Muybridge, and I was like, oh, they're actually contemporaries. They were creating work at the same time. I thought it'd be really cool to like experiment how to like remix these two, like this art movement and this artist, into like a new sort of like style. And honestly, like, not trying to like blow smoke up my own ass, but like I never really seen like this aesthetic in animation. It's probably out there, I just haven't seen it. So I was like, this is cool. Like whenever you sort of like stumble upon or discover a new style, I can't not keep going. So like now there you go. Now it's turning into this whole series, which the details aren't out yet, but there will be a big drop of like 20 to 25 works. And I'm really excited about it. Like it's whenever, like I said, whenever you like find a new vibe, a new style, a new body of work, it's super exciting because I can even like rehash ideas that I've already done in the different style in this animated style. And also like learning about animation. It's grueling work. Like the fun part is like 20 minutes or 45 minutes, and then it's just like sequencing and like shit things.
I'm talking to two animators who know all about the time it takes.
Yeah, this is great. And I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but you want to talk a little bit about the tools? You said After Effects, Photoshop, and what kind of do you have like a favorite AI thing, or are you trying all the different kind of text to image generators?
I use Midjourney. The 6.1 model works really well. I don't like the new model, but I have been slowly setting up a comfy UI setup, like to run locally. I'm also, I have a friend of mine who's like a super talented computer scientist, and I'm starting to like build my own models, and like I don't know, like Midjourney could like sell the company tomorrow,
Yeah,
and like,
totally.
and I'm like, you know,
It's a great point.
yeah. So like, and After Effects, I do that a little bit to get some found footage and bring it down to like my frame rate and do the seamless loop for the animations. But everything is done in Photoshop. Like the animations are frame by frame GIFs, which is for like a lot of animators, they're like, you're crazy to do that. But since I know Photoshop so well, I've been using Photoshop for like 20 plus years. Like each frame, to give you an example, each frame, the animated figure has a different displacement map that matches the background. So like it blends really well. So like, I don't know how to do that in freaking After Effects. I don't know if
Yeah.
It's probably possible, but like, I don't know.
Anything's possible, but yeah, it's your comfort zone. And I like, I mean, it's like that save for web in Photoshop, making the GIFs. That's how I used to do all of my like super rare GIFs. Was I would make it in After Effects and then bring it into Photoshop to turn it into the GIF, because you could like control the frames easier.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, still learning a ton about animation. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome to see. Like we talked about at the beginning, you're constantly growing and evolving. I mean, the early stuff from 2021 looked more like After Effects animation experiments, and then you went through a period, and I'm going to butcher it, but it was like this kind of alien storytelling narrative series, and like you're always kind of expanding and growing, and this dailies have really accelerated that growth. It's very inspiring.
Thank you. Yeah, it's before I started the dailies, I was like, yeah, I'll just do like a sketch every day. I'll do like a little experiment, and slowly I was like, oh, right, like you put in 3 hours of work of like really focus, you can actually get a lot done. Especially with collage. If I was an oil painter, it'd be different, of course, or like a 3D artist. One of the artists that we're going to talk about later, Besmiar, he actually was part of the group that did the 28 days challenge.
Their work is fantastic too, and really dialed in on storytelling.
Yes,
and a deep narrative. Yeah.
And now what he's doing is like he's taking the daily sort of model and he's doing weeklies, because he's doing like 3D animation, modeling everything himself. So he's doing weeklies. So like every week he puts out like a new animation.
Weekly is interesting. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Well, on that note, maybe we should move on to the second part.
I like this. I like this transition, Brian. Let's do it. We do a little show and tell. Let's run it.
Let's go.
Here we go. Can you hear me?
Kind of.
Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. We're back. Well, all right. This is the part of the show where each of us has picked the 3 artists that we've either collected from or just enjoy and think deserve the spotlight. And then we lift them up by showing their work. At the end of the show, we have a Twitter Art First show on Twitter, Twitter account that we list all the things that we're about to talk about. So you can go give those artists a follow, and if that work available, you can pick them up.
Yeah. Now you're getting a little underwater.
Yeah. Oh no! Why?
There you go.
Is this better? Man!
Whatever you did just there fixed it.
Oh, okay. I just spoke into the mic.
Yeah.
There it is. So, in short, lots of work that we think is really cool that needs a little uplifting. Let's take a look. Here we go. All right, Mendez, we're going to start with you, buddy. Let's see. Here's a piece that you picked out from, like we said, Besmiar. And it is Breathe In, Fade Out.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us about why you picked this and why you picked this person? You started to touch on that already, so.
Yeah, so Besmiar, we've known each other for many years. He's also like OG, like early 2021. We both come from a collage background, and throughout these past few years, he started getting into 3D and has really honed in his skills. I didn't choose like a particular piece. I just sort of like went through his Twitter and grabbed his latest weekly, and he's doing this. I mean, Brian, you probably know what that effect is called, like that lens effect where you like
The
zoom
site-
in and
Hitchcock.
like
A rack focus, is that what it's called, Adam?
No, not exactly. Because rack goes from one to another. It's more of a the zoom in, pull back. Like
yeah,
Hitchcock did
That's
that.
what Hitchcock did, yeah.
Mhm.
it sort of like compresses the image, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Right. So yeah, he's like you said, very good with storytelling. I love the fact he does black and white 3D, which is really cool. Also smart. Like it just
Yeah.
removes a whole bunch of like color grading and like problems, color palettes, and also his trailers are insane. He grabs
Mhm.
like found footage from the 50s and does AI voiceovers over them. They're hilarious. So yeah, and he puts out drops every like 2 or 3 months whenever he gathers like a nice collection of weeklies. And yeah, I just really appreciate when people just put in the work. It's like
Yeah.
I find so many
Right.
people who like spend so much time talking and doing things that, yeah, sure, like might add up, but like just putting in the work is just so important. And so yeah, he also a good friend of mine. He came to visit here in the Canary Islands, so like we've been friends for a while.
That's great. And I love that first piece we were looking at. I saw that like last week, I think. I love the shadow of the figure in the foreground
Yes.
that reveals, and it has a very like Twilight Zone feel to it all.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, we both talk about aliens and like conspiracy stuff.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna see.
Great pick.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That is good stuff.
But it's not. I don't think it's a rack. I don't think it's a camera lens move. I think the room's actually moving, because if you look at the texture of the floor, that stays the same, which tells me it's like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
a
a
good
accordion animation. But it's
Yeah,
really
that's
well
the
done.
benefit of having control over the entire world, right? Like having built
Yeah.
it from scratch.
that's a good observation. He kind of faked it.
Yeah, take that, Hitchcock. All right, Brian.
And I have some pop-up books that you can do that effect in a fun way, where it
Really?
goes through the hole and pull it out as an
Oh, wow.
accordion.
That's
That's
cool.
I love it.
All right, Brian, you've got one here. We're gonna go with this piece here by Jiwa.
Yeah,
Just mentioned on
Jiwa's
our
De
blog.
Dust,
De Dust.
which conforms to any size nicely for screen viewing.
Oh,
It's really gorgeous. This drop
Yeah.
was beautiful. I went to try to grab one and it was gone so fast.
Yeah, I got kind of botted on the primary, but it's slowly working itself out, and I think I think all the flippers are out now.
Okay.
But Jiwa is a generative artist that's been around for years and years. I've collected him for a while, and recently he got to be a part of the Art Blocks residency program, and this was the piece he unveiled at NFT NYC and minted, and I think it's just a beautiful piece. I love that it conforms to all these different sizes, but then it's also just constant moving kind of screensaver feel to it. It's really lovely.
Yeah, I love the texture element to it too. It feels like like sand, like colorful sand.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember from like
or like stained glass.
Sure, like the 90s, they had those like stand filled flat,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
desk
Yeah, yeah.
toys. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and they were fascinating. So yeah,
And then
that's
also like
great.
that top left quadrant is like a different weird texture.
Yeah.
Each one. I mean, this is the one I shared, but there's a solid amount of diversity in the collection.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful collection, and it feels the artwork feels alive.
Mm-hmm.
very cool. Responsive art. That's cool.
Very cool, man.
Very cool. Yeah.
All
It
right.
has some elements of like a displacement map. I've been like obsessed with displacement maps lately.
You're kind
Yeah.
of like that's yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Oh. It really
Whoa.
it looks like
It moves.
sand on a beach, and it's cool that there's different textural approaches in the same piece. Like it feels, and that top part feels like a city. I don't know if you can see on on there. There's really like these little
cars moving
around. It looks like from an aerial view. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
It's a cool one. I'm
proud.
Yeah, and it minted out, which is a good sign for generative art right now.
Yep.
Things
Very
are moving around right now.
No, yeah. In general, like things feel good for the moment, right? Like it's been a while. It's good to see art moving. All right. So here's one that I picked up. This was a limited edition that was by Leaf Swan. Another cool. OG in the space. She's been around forever and making amazing art and showing up, and just she's done 3D work, she's done collage, she's done 3D AI, like she's mixed so many things, but has always made some really powerful pieces. And I really like this piece. Sorry, what?
She puts in the work.
She absolutely does. Yeah, she's fantastic.
This is a fun one. That'd be a fun real sculpture. I like that, like one body's just coming out of the other one.
Yeah.
The color palette is really fun too.
Yeah, the colors are first what caught my eye, and then it was just it's been a minute. I don't know if I had one of her pieces before this, so I was like, I really wanted to have her in my collection.
Very cool.
I like how everything feels like it could be like a soap bar or something.
Ooh.
Really nice texture to it.
Yeah, the river is really like, I can feel the way that texture feels is really nice.
Yeah, it's got a great palette.
Very cool.
Good pickup, dude. I didn't even see this one.
Thank you so much. Not trying to gatekeep. Yeah. All right, let's see. Mendez. While I'm looking, there we go. This piece right here. Okay, this is cool. So see if I can zoom in on this. Why don't you tell us?
It's pretty zoomed.
No, I mean, like, I can really. Let's get some texture.
Get in there.
I want to get some texture, brother. There we go.
So this is Gregorio Ganardi, I think is his last name. It's a painter he's a young painter from Argentina. And as soon as I saw his work, I just love like this figurative, sort of distorted human form aspect to painting. Gold Cat is another good example who does this in the space. And so like he always has these characters smoking, like sometimes it's like a tennis player who's smoking cigarettes. Just very unique style. Puts in the work, and like I don't know what else to say. I just absolutely love his work. Look at that. I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah,
it's really great. I hadn't realized when you sent it, the first one that I saw, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I looked through their work, and I was like, oh, I've seen their work. I've seen the series with the divers over the years, and really fun to play with like the human form like this.
And it's like at first glance, if you don't really like know much, like these seem like sort of like bad drawings, but like it's so hard to do this. I feel like like distort the human form in such a aesthetic way while just like really like messing it up. So like I just absolutely love his work. I really hope that he catches on with big collectors, because I feel like these pieces could like go.
These are physical too, right? I believe.
Yes. So he sells the NFT and then gives you like a nice discount on the actual physical. But they're not one-to-one, because he sells them. Like I collected one of his pieces for like 0.2, 0.3, and then his physicals go for like 2,000 or 3,000.
Very cool. Yeah, they have great energy to the distortion makes them feel more alive in a weird way. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I can see these being. I mean, like if it feels like it's only a matter of time before some of the larger accounts pick this this up. It's great. So. Good stuff. All right, Brian, this is a piece that we got to see in person at NFT NYC together. It was It's really, really cool, man.
Yeah. Well, this one, you know, people that went to the Super Rare Gallery opening in NFT NYC could basically interact with Carborn's sculpture, which in itself is insane. And I think Raul collected it.
He did, yeah.
And which is like this
So
like
good.
lasers being projected on the eyes, and you can see what it's dreaming about. It dreams about memes and all this other stuff. But you could also claim a little receipt that printed out there that had a code, and if you got that, you could submit it and get this, which is a 3D scan representation of it that was, I think, set to maybe like 50 or so people. And I just want to give a shout out to Carbon, who like crushed NFT NYC. Not only did he have like one of the most talked about pieces, but he also like DJ'd multiple parties, and did all this interactive stuff, and man, he was just everywhere.
I was there. I got the receipt. I didn't pick this up. I put in my address. Is it just sitting there? I don't even know. I have to figure that out.
It might be in your wallet. If you submitted the Google form.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm excited that I might have this now. It was a really incredible piece. I think actually, if I go to Super Rare right now, just on their homepage, they were featuring it like nope. Now it's Slime.
Shout out Slime and Roger doing a show this week.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. But no, it was
2 weeks.
But Carborn's piece was fantastic, and it was larger than life, and it was, and he talked about how he made it with his
father.
dad. Yeah, he made it with his dad. And then whoever he said, whoever wins the auction, it gets the laptop, the whole setup, the entire, so, and then he showed you can like push and pull on the different controls to do different things. I got a walkthrough of it. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I told him, and I said, I'll stand by it. This just feels museum ready. It's
that's what I told him.
Did you?
I was like, this is great to see, but I'm sure the next time I'll see it, it'll be at MoMA or something.
That's 100% what it felt like in the moment. So very cool. Shout out Cardboard. All right. I'm going to move on to a different piece, but we're going to stay in the same color palette.
The other thing I should mention about that piece is it changes night to day based on the time.
Oh, this one in particular?
Yeah.
Man, I really hope it's in my wallet. That's like, I did all the things. I was there. I clicked it. We'll see. Very cool. I love a dynamic piece like that. All right. So here's a piece that I picked up a little bit ago. Friend of the show, former guest, Samurai.
Oh, yeah.
And it's he went ahead and made these toy figures that they're not physicals right now, but toy figures based on X Copy's work. And he really took the time. Like, he spent months going through the collection, and he even made this website for X Figures where you could see one-to-one like what he did. This is the one that I have. But it's just so good. I don't know. I was really impressed by all of it.
It was a lot of detail. I was jealous I missed out on this one.
He has a lot of control over his AI tools. Like, he does like a lot of like, he'll take your picture and like do like a little figurine, or do like a weird super shiny version of it.
Nuke is great. Like, he did, for, I don't know, Nuclear Samurai, he did the glazing the timeline, right? Like, he made everybody look shiny, just for fun. He's got a really good handle on AI. But it's also cool. Like, so this collection, I adore, because I don't have any outside of my Mutato. I don't have like X Copy stuff. So it was really like a fun way to just have something, even tangentially related. But also he's building a really nice community from this as well. He's got a great handle, and he's also starting to really explore like what his voice is as an artist. So I'm excited to see him, evolve.
It's so easy to like get derivatives wrong. Like, most derivatives are like really like just like
not there or so similar.
yeah, half-assed. Like there's nothing really to it, but like this is like a very unique way of creating a derivative collection based on previous work that pays homage, has a unique style. It's not just like adding things, like it's just like recreating the piece in a very unique way. And yeah, and also like S copies is like CCO, so
Yeah,
great.
but like you
I like
said, like it is the first thing that I've seen people do as a derivative that felt like it referenced the original but was its own thing.
yeah.
Yeah. And as opposed to being a derivative of right click save guy or like one of these like famous ones, he dove deep into this collection, and I'm seeing a lot of pieces I never even seen before because he's
Right.
highlighting all this old stuff, which I thought was really interesting.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, there were definitely ones that I was like, what did that even come from? And then but it's a really cool way to learn more about X Copy's work. Yeah.
And the website is great. I haven't seen it before. This is awesome. The way that you can see the original versus the figurine is awesome.
It's
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
really smart.
I think he vibe coded the whole thing.
It's great.
It's really, really smart. All right. We have 3 pieces each. So let's go for your third piece here, Mendez. Okay. I should have put a warning on there. Flashing
Cool.
lights. Really cool stuff though.
Yes. So this is Dominic. He's a German illustrator, also part of the 28-day challenge. So what he did was every day of the 28 days, he created one of these frames and then put it all together as one animation.
Stop it. That's so cool. Okay. I didn't understand how that was made. And when I went to go take like a screenshot for this for the Twitter account, that's when I was able to pause it. Like I don't know if it's a GIF, but I couldn't pause it.
Yeah. So he did, I think it's 28 frames and
Here, I'm
this
gonna see
character looping.
Does that pause it?
Nope.
No. Okay. Only on my end. All right. Well, it's really cool, man.
Yes, it's a lot to take in because there's no continuity besides the motion of the human form. Every background is very different, but it's such a cool piece. And he does 3D illustration as well. A lot of times he mixes both mediums. He sold a lot of like one-on-ones for like good ETH, and then like I think last year he had some health issues, had to like take some time off, and he's slowly coming back. And yeah, I just want to give him his flowers because he's, in my opinion, one of the most underrated artists out there. He gets very little engagement. I don't know why on Twitter, and so I just thought this would be a great opportunity to like throw some light on him.
Great. Yeah, it's really cool. I'll definitely give him a follow.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully we can, do any kind of part to lift him up because this is fantastic work.
Yeah,
I love the 28-day challenge that you guys were all in. Like that's really cool.
So one of the rules was like if it was 7 or 8 of us, we created a group chat, and I was like, if one of you guys misses a day, you're getting kicked out of the chat.
Good for you guys. Accountability, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Bryan, your third piece is here. Another former guest of the show.
Yeah.
Stuzor.
Want to give a shout out to Stuzor for 2 reasons. One, I thought this was just a crazy AI film that he made that both lives in his world building that he does, but also just feels like it could be like some sequel to Dune or something. It's just really pretty, and I love just the ornate aspects of it. And then the other aspect of it is that he's utilizing a new platform called Echo with a W, which is an interesting concept. I haven't played with it much. I minted Stu's piece, but kind of the concept around it is that it's an open edition site. Each time an edition is minted, the price increases 10%. So there's a bonding curve or a bell curve to it, or so that eventually it reaches its maximum mint and doesn't go, it's not thousands of mints like rodeo, but it'll eventually find its price point. And then there's also kind of a Zora-esque creator coin aspect, so that as things trade, you earn some sort of passive royalties based on it too. I'm probably not describing it accurately, but to me, I saw this and I go, oh, there's a new mechanic at play here that is worth probably exploring if you're an up and coming artist or looking to maybe, like with Stu here, he's kind of minting his AI experiments there versus his 3D renders that are more of his like super rare one of one type things. And so, it's an interesting new playground to check out.
Very cool, man. Yeah, I hadn't heard of them yet. Whoa, I like this.
But everything, I mean, it's very cheap. It reminds me of like kind of Tezos and all that. But it's only cheap until say 20 of them, or, X amount are minted, and then it starts to get kind of its own. I don't know how to work. Curious to see how it works in practice.
That's cool, man.
The characters in the video are really cool. It's like retro Afrofuturism.
Yeah,
it's really, really cool.
Love those masks.
It's like Stargate.
Very, very cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm assuming this is probably that like new Mid-Journey video stuff, which is like really crazy looking.
Yeah, within the last like 2 months, it feels like 3 different tools came out to make AI video generation way simpler but way more convincing, for better or worse. Like, it's really fascinating, especially the ones like VO3 that added sound effects just directly to it. But it's really fascinating stuff.
Yeah, we're in uncharted territory in terms of like what the next couple of years are going to look like. It's kind of wild to think about it.
Yeah.
No, we really are.
We're going to be spoiled with content.
That's one way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I've got one more piece to show here, and this is a piece by Modest, working 9 to 5. This piece was gifted to me by the artist. I'm thankful for that. I really think that their work is great. Again, somebody who's just putting in the work, doing everydays, and not afraid to push themselves in uncomfortable ways, and not worry about like, does this piece match the last piece that I did, and this piece match the aesthetic that I was doing. It's pure experimentation. They just had a big sale at was it Sotheby's? Yeah. I think it was Sotheby's, right?
It was a huge sale, yeah.
Incredible. Very happy for them. And kind of just overall love to see it. Love the vibe. And very organic feeling. Like, I don't know. They're trying something different. And they didn't just show up either. They've been doing this for a while during the Bear. So it's really been cool to see them get their flowers.
Yeah. Now it's been cool to see how he's built a community around the work. I would say the closest thing I've seen to that is maybe like Jack Butcher's community, where you get these like really hardcore, like, and Mendez has a great DM group of collectors as well. But like, yeah, people that, I'm always impressed when I see people kind of are able to harness that energy and use it to kind of help elevate.
Yeah, and he's I mean, back in Lisbon and in New York, he's come up when we're like sitting around having beers. His name has come up because it's very interesting. He there's an old Transient Labs article about the origin of Modest. He's a known artist that's been around for many years, that he took on the alter ego project by Transient and created this Modest. So like, we all know who he is, but we don't know who he actually is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's a great way of like showing that you can actually start from scratch and build up momentum and just build upon it. Of course, he has the experience of being an artist for like decades. He knows about the space, so he's not like a newcomer. But it's a great lesson to be like, look, this guy just created a brand new account. He started with a brand new body of work, started from scratch, and he just put in the work, putting out daily pieces and build upon momentum. That's kind of like a huge lesson also like from me in terms of the dailies. It's like no matter how small the momentum is, if you can just start build upon it and keep building upon it, it really works. It takes you to new places.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's awesome. I've been doing mostly dailies for a few months now. I've missed like maybe about 3 or 4, but it has been eye
You're out
opening.
of the chat.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Said you're out of the chat.
I would be. Yeah. No, just banished. This has been a ton of fun, man. I really appreciate you coming in, showing us a peek behind the curtain, get some secret sauce and info, and sharing some really cool pieces. You got anything else on the horizon coming up that you want to plug, or anything that people should be aware of before we take out?
So, well, I put out a new piece every single day, so that's one thing that you can look forward to. There will be in late August a big drop of these animated impressionist pieces. The series will be called First Impressions. What else? I'm also doing a collab with Red Bull Racing Team.
Nice.
Oh, awesome.
With 0009, Alien Queen, Dutch Tide, and Tempers. They're also the other artists. We're doing these like moments that people can collect, and it's cool. It's been like 1 million mints already.
Oh wow!
They've onboarded like, I want to say like over 100,000 new people. That's gonna be an abstract. And what else? I have a couple solo shows in the works, but I can't really like talk about it yet. But there will be this year, one in the States, one in Italy, and yeah, just freaking just making art all day, every day. This is my life.
That's awesome, man. Now you're crushing it. I'm always excited to see what you do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You as well, man. Yeah, and thanks for again for being such an early supporter. Still remember that day where you and Sean collected from me on the same day. I'm like, what the hell is going on? My heart was freaking pounding out of my chest. It was awesome. So thank you.
That's awesome, man. Well, glad to be along for the ride.
Yeah, likewise. And it was really nice to meet you, both of you, in New York a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we only got to briefly see each other in Paris. We were like both passing on the stairs with our babies in the opposite direction.
I got to the bar in New York just late enough to not get a hat. I'm this close. So.
Ooh, I wore your hat yesterday. It was great.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, this is fun.
Right here.
Awesome.
Woo. There it is.
Awesome. Thank you. This is really fun.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We've got another show coming on 8/8 is our next live episode. So I look forward to that. Thank you again. Also, just a quick shout out to everybody who did support me this week. It means a lot. Like Brian, you said at the top of the show, it took 365 days. I checked. Oh, Brian's gone. Oh. He applauded and he was like, I'm done. But I do want to say just thank you to everybody who supported me this week. Like I said, 1 full year of work going through, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. Mendez, thank you, and from Brian, thank you, and we will talk to you all soon, and see you next time. Until then,
bye.
All right, take care.
Hey.